All right, we'll see you guys later.
All right, bye guys.
Bye, guys. All right, so we have Galen, and then who walked in?
Sensei Beck.
Beck.
Oh,
Beck.
Beck.
Cool.
He could be a snake. I could see it.
Got long limbs.
Yeah, he's got long limbs. Exactly. He could be like a. Okay.
Hey guys.
Hey, Sensei.
Hey, Beck.
We're gonna do some snake form.
Cool. Are you guys warmed up?
Honestly, I'm like my allergies. I want my natural matter.
I mean, I had that one.
Then we could potentially just rotate.
That's what I was
over.
thinking.
Yeah, and then
Like I said, if it's gonna be casual, then.
All right, we're doing some modifications here. So now, hypothetically, oh, you're gonna come out awesome because you're like super. You super show up with the dark background.
So one of the first requests is to have us see you do it, so that way we just have it recorded, and then we'll just go from there.
Okay, I have to do it first, like now.
That would be awesome.
Okay.
Unless you wanna-
Like slow enough to see the moves, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Keep in mind, there was a bit of a mix-up with scheduling, and the floors were just mopped. So if she has a slight, this.
That's why I'm wearing shoes, because I was like, it's all wet over here.
Yes.
Ken?
I'm okay with it.
Okay. Well, I will try to go nice and slow then.
I could care less about your safety.
Yeah, your safety means nothing to me. Okay, I'll try to go nice and slow. Bowing in, key eyes and everything.
Yes, please.
Okay. That was not the best snake I've ever done.
It looks great to us.
Okay.
Okay.
How much do you guys know?
I remember pieces of it from past practice.
I
Okay.
went to training camp, so not much at all.
So basically, let's pretend like we're starting from scratch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so this should go fast because you guys are both higher level. I don't think there's any moves that you don't already know. So I guess the first thing I would say is, first move after you bow in, hop back, right cat stance, and you're gonna do snake hands. Your top hand is gonna do counterclockwise circles, while the bottom hand is just going in and out. So it kind of creates the illusion of I don't know what the illusion is exactly, but like both the hands are doing the same thing almost, but really the bottom left hand is going back and forth. The top hand counterclockwise circles. And I would say probably do that 2 to 3 times before moving on. So hop back. We're going to do snake hands. And then on that out from the circle, I like to use that as the start of my soft style block and the load for my spear hand. And it's going to be that crane block, spear hand, shuffle forward, crane block, spear hand. You're going to do short stances here. Crane block, spear hand, pressing block, uppercut, spear hand. And then you're going to go off on a 45-degree angle into turtle stance with sweeping block. And then kind of the snake strike, which is your hands at like that 90-degree angle, kind of like similar to the beak strike and crane that you guys did last year. So we're gonna hop back, snake hands, crane block, snake strike, or spear hand strike, pressing block, uppercut, and then 45-degree angle, sweeping block, turtle stance with our snake strike. So that's going to be going to the right. You're going to be in a right turtle stance, 45-degree angles off to the right, right turtle stance, and your sweeping blocks going to the right, snake strike going to the right.
So is it just shuffling in right stance for the turtle stance?
I'm sorry, Beck, I couldn't hear you.
Is it like shuffling forward, still in the right short stance, and then change into the turtle stance, right? There's no
So it's going to be. So it's going to be like shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. There you go, yeah. So put your hands off to the same, that you're doing a right turtle stance. So put your hands to the right as well.
Is this video coming in mirrored to you guys?
Yes.
Okay, would it help to unmirror that?
Try it. I think so.
Oh, whoop. All right. Now when she does things on her right,
This is my left hand. Does that look left to you?
No, that's still
It's on the right side. So switch back.
Okay. Well, it's on the right side, but if you look at it, okay.
Oh.
If you turn around and did it now, so if she does it now,
Yeah.
she's on the. That's right leg forward, right?
Right.
Yeah. So it's going to be switched when you're facing them, but
That's
then
fine.
the minute
Okay.
you turn around.
I'll turn around.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just have to tell me where they're at.
They've got
Yeah, when you shuffle back off, because you're going forward, forward, 45. There you go, back. So nice and close. We're gonna keep these nice and close.
Yes.
All right, let's do it 4 times. Okay, so one comment I'll make when I think you guys each have one more. Remember to start your sweeping block before you get that strike. So I'll do it so you can see me, I guess. We're here. So we're gonna start that sweeping block before we do that strike. So I guess facing you guys would be here. So sweeping block, strike. It's almost as if Sensei Alek was gonna punch me and I'm coming around strike. Or if he's gonna kick me and I'm coming around strike. So you gotta get that block in first.
Yes.
There you go, that was good, Kaylyn. I feel no pain. I have my Pfizer. She's good. All right, cool. Feeling okay about that? Ready to move on?
Yeah.
Yep.
Great. All right, so after we do our turtle stance, sweeping block, snake strike, you're going to come up, pressing block, knee, strike. So what it would look like is you're here, we're gonna come up, pressing block, knee, upward knee, strike, vertical spear hand, right? Yes. And then you're gonna pull it back into like a 90-degree angle with all joints of your arm. Yeah, so kind of like you're showing off your muscles almost. So from our turtle stance, coming up, knee pressing block, strike.
Wait,
On that same 45-degree angle you were just on.
so since they're that pressing block, I know I can get to here, stab, but where is the pressing block happening?
What's the timing of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here. Knee pressing block. So I'll do it this way so you can see it. So from here, we're gonna go knee pressing block, strike.
Okay, so as you're setting your foot down from the knee strike, press.
Yeah. After I here knee and I'm getting my hand ready to get that pressing block in, and as I'm landing, I'm getting that pressing block and throwing that strike out. Good. That looks good. Yeah.
You're using the knee to get distance.
Yeah, you're using the knee to get distance and create that space. That looks good, Kaylyn. Good. Yeah, so remember, straight and then coming back here. Yeah, think very, very quick. Snakes have very quick strikes.
Yes.
Good, good. Good. All right, do it 2 more times, and then we'll move on.
I'm gonna make the video bigger.
Sensei,
Yes.
so here, hit, and then I'm doing it at the same time because I can't think 1, 4, 2, like, because I'm thinking like kicking stance for forward stance, but do I do the pressing block in the middle and then hit it on the forward stance, or am I hitting a kicking stance?
Can you show me what you're doing right now?
Here, and then I can't think 1, 2. I'm just thinking 1 back.
Okay. Let's see if I can slow it down for you.
It feels like an afterthought if I hit the pressing block on the force.
So I don't think I'm going as far out as you. I think I'm thinking very close range, like here, here, here.
Okay.
I don't know if that's making sense. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out words to explain it.
It also looks like there's this extension where, as you're pushing into your quad into the forward stance, there's the spear, and then you reach your hand and settle into your back hip to the forward stance.
Okay, so the pressing block hits when you lock the forward stance, and then you extend out farther.
I don't want to say that because what I don't want to see is here, here. That's like the common mistake in Tiger as well. You are landing, I would say you're trying to land slightly more extended, and that like your stance once you land is going to be there. What's coming back is your arm. So I'm trying to think of how to explain the timing of the pressing block. I think I'm getting the pressing block after I do that knee here. I'm setting up for my pressing block, and then as I'm going out to my stance, I'm coming through. The timing is very similar to what we just did as far as like 1, 2.
Okay.
Pressing block is going to start before, like just like with our sweeping block, how our sweeping block started before our strike, and then we landed and struck at the same time. Our sweeping block, our pressing block is going to start right as we just finished our knee and we're coming down to our stance. So as we're coming down to our stance, pressing block, strike goes out, and then they meet each other, I guess.
Okay.
Does that make sense, Beck?
Definitely.
Okay, cool. That looks good.
Yeah.
That looks good, yeah.
And you guys were synchronized.
Yeah.
Oh.
Good, yeah. Yeah. All right. Do it 2 more times. You can get that. It's weird timing, I know. Do it one more time, Beck. Okay, fingers closed. You're from this angle, it looks really tigery. Okay. Okay, so fingers closed, I would say, and then it looked like at one point you're pulling from side to side. So once you're here, the only change that will make is your hand will load for that spear hand. The only thing that's going to come out is going to be pressing block, and that spear hand should be loaded on the right hand side. There shouldn't be a lot of switching of the hands.
Okay, I was thinking cup and saucer, but there's none of that.
No, not yet. We're not going to do cup and saucer just yet.
Okay. So.
Eleanor, drop it. Drop it.
I got it.
Okay, again, with snake, we're gonna keep our hands together. Think of it as like a snake head almost. So we wanna keep our fingers together with a lot of these strikes. Right now I can't think of, the only strike I can think of that your fingers are gonna be separated are gonna be that 2-finger strike that we're gonna do here in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry, go ahead. I couldn't hear you back.
Okay, so what about for this one right here? Isn't the snake strike like?
No, it's going to be like this.
Okay.
Yeah, so like a snake head, like coming in like that.
Beat strike going.
Like the beat strike, yeah.
Tuck the finger in and make a corner shape.
Okay.
But it feels a lot to me like exactly like the way the beat strike hooked around.
Yeah.
It's very similar to that. Again, the only difference is it's not going to be like together like that. So I don't know if you guys remember what was like 2012, Sensei Brandon tried to break boards with this snake strike, and it did not go in his favor, but
You did it.
he did do it. Yeah, just I think he broke one of his fingers because he had it the angle wrong. Anyway, let's do it from the beginning, get there, then move on. Perfect. All right, from there, super easy. Tiny circular chop block. Almost like kind of like an outer diagonal, very similar to monkey, that one move in monkey that you do, I think. And you're gonna shift into more of like a lunge stance. Circle your arms around, bringing them to a outer ridge hand load and like a chop, because you're gonna do a low inner chop and then a high ridge hand as you come out into lunge stance. So we just did from here, we did here, here, right cat stance, out with a low chop, our high ridge hand. And then we're gonna come back into our cat stance, double upward forearm strikes.
Double bent right.
Yep, double bent wrist, that's what I meant, double bent wrist. And then you're gonna do something that we don't normally do. We're gonna pull back into our opposite side cup and saucer as we do. So we're gonna pull our hands to the left side as we do a right serpent kick. We normally go same side, but we're gonna do opposite side for this kata. So after double right wrist, pull back, kick, land serpent stance. But yeah, just like that. And then high tempo block, yes, just like that. High tempo block, low chop. Go as low as you can, but as high as you need to. If your legs are not feeling it, don't go low. This can also be your serpent stance. Yes.
What are the parameters for like in snake stance in this kata? Ball to toe or heel down?
I would say you would want your heel down. I think I've always trained it that way, but again, that's why I don't necessarily, like, if you can get low and do that, like I said, I would keep your heel down, since a lot of our techniques come from the heel, so you want that stability there. So I would suggest, like, if you don't have the flexibility to do that right now, it's something to work on and make your stances higher for now.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so let's do that section again after we just did the knee and the strike. All right, Chinese circular chop block, chop, circle the hands as you come into right cat stance, move right lunge stance, low chop, high ridge hand, right cat stance, double bent wrist, cup and saucer, serpent strike, land serpent stance. Serpent kick, I'm sorry. There you go.
There we go.
Beautiful. You guys want to do that? You feel good? You want to move on?
Can we go through the whole thing one more time? Today?
Sure thing. All right, we're going to do Chinese circular chop block, shift chop, cat stance, circular arms, lunge stance, low chop, high ridge hand, cat stance, double bent wrist, cup and saucer, serpent kick, land serpent stance. All right, go ahead and do that. Let's say 3 times.
Yeah.
Perfect. Looking good. Okay, do you want to move on? Or Sensei Alek and I, it's not necessarily Wing Chun applications, but they have some like Wing Chun influence. They're very, very basic applications, like maybe 2 to 3 moves, just to get you an idea of what you're looking at. Do you guys want to see those as we're going, or would you rather get through the kata first?
I really like seeing them as we go, but
That works.
Okay. Okay, so that first move, again, these are very basic, just to give you ideas of what you're looking at. I know, like obviously Sensei Kaylyn, you know at this point that whenever you're doing an animal kata, you don't have to pull the moves exactly from kata. It's more about grabbing the essence of it. But in case there are some moves you do really like, one of the ones we're gonna show, we have, is it 2 for this section, or just 1 right now,
I
right?
think just 1, and then for the kicks.
We have 1, okay. So just that opening move, not this, but coming from here, here, here. One of the things that we kind of came up with for this is live side will go nice and slow. Is if he's coming in, crane block, and then a quick strike to the, I guess, armpit area. And then from here, this is gonna be a little bit different. This is more of a Wing Chun influence. Our arm breaks in Kung Fu are usually very big, and we make those very big movements to get really big breaks into them. Very karate-like, yeah, exactly. In Wing Chun, they're a lot faster. So anytime you see this, you're like, and it's the same thing in Tiger. I know Sensei Alek teaches the same thing. It's essentially in Wing Chun, it would be considered an arm break. So after we come here, right? So if he's coming in here, after we come here, it's coming here, wing. Just a very quick pop right here and pop down here. So that's what we're seeing here. So it's hit, break, and then from there, coming around and through. And that it's an interpretation of this coming around and through, but just again, just a quick idea. 1, 2, 3. If you guys feel comfortable and want to try it on each other, you can. If not, that's totally cool too.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, go ahead, Beck.
I'm a couple weeks out from being immunity, so we probably can't.
No problem.
Okay.
No problem.
Oh, look at these spears, yeah.
all right. So
We have some spears here in the dojo that we can use to.
this
Yeah.
smaller, but okay. So the idea is
Oh, cool. So it's a left punch first. Yep, armpit.
So again, Beck, don't think about grabbing. Think about like, because all of our animal styles have a huge soft style influence. In fact, you could argue that the entire kata is soft style. So don't think grab. Again, think using that soft style and getting that crane block in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. But then this is full, right?
Yeah, so right in here, it's gonna be 1, and then as it's coming in here, 2. Very quickly, just popping the arms.
Right.
Then taking underneath this leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So from there, after you come here, it's gonna open him up enough to free this here. So you just drop that right arm as you come through. There you go. And it's almost like one of the over the neck takedowns, only you're bringing that leg, coming across the chest and bringing that leg to his opposite shoulder.
Okay. Yeah. Here, that, and right there. Then. Okay. You want to try? Sure.
Cover. Good.
I like it. Ski pole.
Ready?
Yeah, one more time.
Nice.
Okay, so the only question I have is for footwork.
Yes.
Your preference on like jetting in, live side, dead side. How do you like your footwork? Or
I like my footwork for applications or just like for this kata in general.
mainly for that application right now.
Okay. I guess for this one, I am staying live side, so coming in here and then popping in here and coming through here. So honestly, I'm probably moving. I would probably stay moving toward the side that you're going to be going toward. So even though you're starting live side, wham, wham, and then coming through because you're already making. Eleanor, no ma'am. Eleanor, no ma'am.
I got her.
Because you're making room. Because even though that punch is coming in, wham, you're hitting that pressure point in that crease of the arm, and then that other hand is coming through, so wham, wham. Obviously, I would want you to keep moving. But again, one of the, the other tenet of Wing Chun and what we're using is, even though we're staying here, you're moving your center line off of his still. It's very small, quick movements still.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, Kung Nu, like getting off the center line is like here, where Wing Chun getting off the center line is like here.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, look, I'm at that 10-degree angle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes tons of sense.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, if you want to just practice it in the air, again, just like thinking about, we could do it from a distance if you throw that punch. 1, 2, 3. You just got to make sure as the uke, you're showing what would be happening to you. Yeah. And then because he's tall, I have to do this, but after coming here, going low, and then coming up.
Yes.
Like a snake.
Like a snake. Yeah. And then follow through in that stance for you, Beck. There you go. Beautiful. Cool. Like I said, very, very basic apps. Like you guys can build from there, start from there, just to show you what you're doing with the kata. Okay, do you want to going back to the kata, get to where we were, and then we can move on?
That's good.
Perfect.
I think the kicking applications would be fun for that.
Mhm.
Spin, spin. Step out. Wrist. Ah, kick.
Awesome. Very, very well. Okay, so from there, we just did, well done, I didn't finish that sentence here. You're going to turn into a turtle stance. I haven't been told otherwise, but I do see a lot of people just opening up that leg and popping down. For me, I feel like that puts a lot of strain on my knees. So what I like to do from here is open up that leg and then turn down. So it gives my hips room to turn in. So that way, because I'm coming from here and dropping into that turtle stance. So I want to have room to have that pressing block and that, you're coming from here to here. So I want to have room for that pressing block and that uppercut to have more oomph, I guess, than just dropping into it. So I like to open my foot up a little bit and here, and then here, here. The areas I guess I like to chase down and add some speed, but we're gonna go over it back, don't worry.
No, yeah, it's okay. I have one question. So right there, when you did your stance, I saw instead of going to the internal stance, you brought your back foot in. Is that gonna?
Yeah, I do. I think I do. I do. I can. For me, I think of this part as more quick attacks and then like going faster into it. And so I probably do add a little shuffle. You don't have to. At that point, I would call it personal flair, and that is part of mine.
Okay.
Yeah. If you like it, it's yours. But if it doesn't work for you, then that's okay too. So from here, like I said, coming through here, turtle stance with that uppercut and that pressing block. Same side, we're gonna do that serpent kick with cup and saucer on the same side. Land, X stance, pressing block, 2-finger strike. Eye level. And then from here, let's go ahead and finish it. Plant that back left leg. Because your arms are gonna, you might want to watch this real quick, because what your arms are gonna do are circling around so you can get a sweeping block and a palm heel strike as you go into forward stance. So from here, your arms are going to look like this. I know that confuses a lot of people. So from here, again, all I'm doing, if I just do one hand, this arm is just coming, my right hand from that 2-finger strike is just coming back to that reaction hand and then shooting forward that palm heel. The left hand from that pressing block is gonna come out and sweep. Together, it looks more circular. The watch just keeps thinking I'm talking to it. Yeah, so from that X stance, yeah, you're gonna drop that back foot, sweep the hands, move the hands kind of circular to go into that load for the sweeping block and the palm heel strike. Yeah, sweeping block. And then you're gonna do right forward stance, left sweeping block, right low palm heel. Lots of words. Yeah, good, Galen. Good, Beck.
All right.
I noticed that's one of the parts that confuse people the most, because your hands are doing a lot of things.
Oh, same side.
Same side, yep, serpent kick. Pressing block, 2-finger strike and X stance. There you go. Yeah, there you go. There you go, Senseis Kaylyn. There you go. Nice. Well done. Okay, let's do from our serpent stance going into that first turtle stance. Let's do that 3 more times.
Like I'm feeling the drop in the knee.
Yeah.
Maybe not, but the X stance needs to be.
Oh yeah, the X
lower.
stance, yeah. Okay.
If you watch. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I feel. But I'm stockier than you, so
Yeah.
if I feel I just want to do damage and move on.
It feels, this,
Yeah, I similar move like this with monkey where you drop down.
Yeah, I kind of, but when we did crane 2 weeks ago, Sensei Gordon was like, oh, well, that's snake, that's tiger. Like, okay, well, we're going.
Yeah, the move in monkey is right after here. Look, it's right there.
Yeah.
Very, very similar.
Monkey grabs peaches.
I'm still doing progressing and like come out of it. It's just
Well, I mean, the way I've been seeing it is one is reach. Like as I'm moving my foot, I'm reaching out. Kind
yeah.
of like I can't see. I'm
Yeah.
kind of trying to do it. So here,
Well, don't forget the kick, yeah.
there.
So from here, we're gonna go here, 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 here. They're very, very quick. Again, like this is one of the parts that I like to make quick because I feel like this part goes so nicely together, and at speed with power, you can make it look so good, especially since you had a nice slow thing here, you dropped into this and then kick here. You can make that like flow really, really nicely together. Once you have the moves, of course. I think one of the things I would tell you is like this is a very linear kata, so it's not going to be out here a whole lot. So think about keeping your hands in front of you more than anything.
Okay.
Might help a little bit.
Whenever I'm doing these moves, I'm thinking, because like from the first part where it was, wait, here, is every move kind of like a slap hit?
Yeah, I call it pressing block to give us a name for it. And because you can do stuff like if Sensei Alek was coming in to punch me, don't think of it as like our traditional pressing block where we're like, here, you gotta be really far away from me. Think of it more of like if he's punching me, it's almost like a block, honestly. Kind of like a redirection more than anything. Not necessarily as like, again, with coming in, we do a lot of like, get this out of my way completely so I can hit you. But the Wing Chun aspect of it would be what we call either Tansao or even Pakda would be here. It's just getting quickly out of my way so that way I'm not going to hit it while I'm still going forward with a technique.
Gotcha.
It's not necessarily those big pressing blocks we're used to doing in our Q ranks. They're going to be a lot faster and a lot less. I don't need it all the way over here. I just need it over here. Okay, let's get to where we were and let's move on because we're about to do some kicks on the ground.
Sweet.
All right, you can do that on your own and I will watch you guys.
I think it's this part first for you. Here. That was first. Oh, right.
Boom.
Right.
Okay. Here. Kick. Down. Boom. Up.
Good. Awesome. So from here, you're going to look to your left and you're going to pull your right leg back as you do a low soft style block, shifting into a left lunge stance with an outer diagonal chop. And then it's going to be a low sweeping block, shifting to a right diagonal stance, right lunge stance, left palm corner. So all together, yeah, if we just shift back and forth between the two. You're only gonna do it once, but if you just wanna practice what your arms are doing together. So yeah, low soft style is going to be outer diagonal chop. And then it's gonna turn into a sliding block, not sweeping, I'm sorry. Sliding block palm corner. So the first direction, Sensei Galen, after you finish here, is going to be low soft style block with the left hand. As you shift to left lunge stance, right outer diagonal chop, and then right sweeping block, left palm corner. There you go. Yeah, there you go.
Where do you want to feel the trajectory of loading this soft style? Is it directly to the left? Or is it at any angles?
I start loading, I guess, at from where I was, probably the 45-ish.
Okay.
Like after I finish here, I'm looking to my left and I'm coming out here and bringing it across to my left hip. And then same with that sweeping. Okay, let me do it here, see if that helps you. Here.
Okay. So just to make sure you cross the center line completely.
Right. Yeah, you're making a huge X with both your hands.
When we do this, is it-
Yeah, that one's gonna stay out more, Sensei back. Yeah, it's going to stop like right here. Like you're not gonna have to come all the way out here, but you also don't want to bring it up. So after you come here, here.
Okay, so it's parallel with your leg.
Yeah, like you're calling like again, kata is really, really pretty. And one of the things that we've been working on with Masters Robert and Elizabeth is finding those angles. So like this, it parallel to my thigh would be the pretty angle that they're looking for.
Hey, I don't know.
Yeah.
Awesome. Ready to move on? Want to do it from the beginning? Your guys' class. You tell me what you want.
Okay.
Yeah, can we run through it once from the beginning, then we can move on?
Yeah. Totally. Let's do it once from the beginning. Do you want me to do it with you, or do you want me to watch you and give comments?
I would like
Comments. Okay.
alright, cool.
Good. Relax your shoulders. Back. It's a little up here. Yeah, just relax your shoulders. Okay. Since you guys, this is your first time going through it, like in a way that you can remember it, I'm not going to get too specific. If you want me to get more specific, I'm going to give you my email and let's do it through that, like with videos and stuff. But for now, let's just get through the kata. As long as you guys have the big picture, I'm happy with that today. And then we'll zone in on specifics, like the more you practice it and the more you do it. Okay, so now we're going to get to the ground kicks. So we just did here. This is, there are, what is it? 2 sets of you, 2.5 sets of you being on the ground doing kicks. This one is the side kick, crescent, axe. So from here, you're gonna look to your left, you're gonna shift your weight, plant your hands, hop your foot forward, you're gonna be on your knee and your right elbow, side thrust kick. And now you're gonna come through to side drop stand. I don't know if you can see me. Can you check the camera? I can only see them. You're in a side drop position, and you're gonna do your second side thrust kick.
No, they got it. They're moving. They got it. Let me tilt the angle just.
Boom, good. And then hop through. Yeah, so these are the sections I would say I tested with knee pads on. And honestly, like I have the same knee pads that Sensei Ming has, and they're fabulous. They're like, I want to say like $20 on Amazon.
Yeah, your limitation is that line.
This line,
Yeah.
got it. Okay, I'll back up. So again, from here, hop through, kick. And then from here, we're going to open up. We're going to do reverse crescent kick, reverse crescent kick, axe kick, ki. And when you come back up, you're going to be in snake hands.
I think they got that.
Do it again. Yes. Yes.
What is this called again?
I just call them snake hands. Like, it's kind of like, you know how like we have our in guard position, our ready position. That's the equivalent of that for snake, I think. It's very similar to the Wing Chun ready position as well.
Okay. So when I'm doing it, for some reason, I'm keeping this arm totally straight using my shoulder. But is this
Slight bend. I wouldn't have an aggressive bend in your arm, but definitely a slight bend. So you see how like my arm is not fully out here. My shoulder is still locked into its socket and it's relaxed. So I can move it easier.
okay?
And a lot of that movement is going to come in that connection with my hips and my shoulders, which we'll talk about more when we do details of making it snake-like.
Okay.
We're doing big picture for today. And if you guys want, like if you work on it individual and you want to send me videos or ask for comments, I'm happy to do that.
Totally. Yeah. Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, one comment I will say, I'm not sure if you did it, Sensei Kaylyn, but I did see it on you were slightly ahead from when I got up to, was able to see. That first kick, we are going to be, that first side thrust kick, we are going to be up on our knee and our elbow. But that second side thrust kick, side drop position, so my arm is going to be down.
Okay.
And then you kick, and then reverse crescent, 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 or reverse crescent, axe kick, and up. Much better. Good. Good. Now from here, you'll backward roll. If you can get 2 kicks in, great. I only do 1 kick because if I try for 2, it doesn't look pretty. So from there, you're gonna backward roll. I tend to get that left back thrust kick as I'm coming up and take a step back. I'm gonna do a high left snake stance with bottom hand, snake hands, but this time they're not gonna move. They're just gonna be like in the ready position. Honestly, you can even call that stance like an extended back stance. Like longer than the back stance you would normally do. Yeah.
You said snake stance, like a high snake stance?
Yeah, so the way, like, again, like you could think of it as like our snake stance is like super low. You could think of it as like a high snake stance, or more appropriately, I think mentally it makes more sense. It's gonna be like a longer back stance than what your body wants you to do. Like your normal back stance is probably like around here. So I would just like coming up from this, make it like an extended back stance.
Gotcha. Yes.
Okay, so from the back, you go right kick, left kick, and then you keep going, step back to the right foot.
Yeah. Yeah, so what I like to do, it helps me. I can do it, let's see if well, I think I'll be able to see it better this way. What helps me is if I push myself up, like helps me get momentum to go back into that stance, is pushing myself up. That's why I really only go for that 1 kick. Again, just because it's just a mental body block for me, I guess. So from here, I roll, kick, and then I push myself up.
Right on. Gotcha.
That's my little trick. Watch that elbow back.
What's that?
You landed on that second kick, you landed your body on top of your elbow. So just be careful. You landed more like this after getting that second kick where your body was like on your elbow. You want to make sure that you're landing in a side drop position.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Senseis Kaylyn, I didn't see your roll.
So beautiful.
Nice, beautiful. Kick, ki. Backward roll. Yeah, see, that's that point where I would use my hands to push me up so I can stay low and not have to worry about like going up and down. So from here, kick, push, here. So that way my head comes through, I'm already looking at the direction that I'm going. And even though I know I don't have anything else in that direction, yeah, that's very snake-like. That's good.
Yeah, so instead of the push it feel like that, it's like crouch. You don't grind to the ground, but shoot back.
Okay. You bended?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's like all this. But
This will blow up your knees and your hips. Yeah, get water whenever you guys need to. Like I said, this is very casual, whatever you need to do. Okay. You want to do that a couple more times? You ready to move on?
I'm okay.
The signature sections that because everybody like Snake is known for its ground stuff. So if you wanted to work on that, that's totally cool. If you're ready to move on, I'm cool with that too.
I think I'm gonna try it one more time. Okay.
I'm sorry, I could not hear you, Beck.
I'm gonna go through it one more time and then I'm good to move on.
Go for it. I'm gonna have you do it one more time, Beck. I want you to eliminate the idea of that first kick. Just go for that second kick in the backward roll. Don't worry for that backward roll. Don't worry about the right kick right now. Just do for now. After we do here, use this to start the momentum to go backwards. And then once you're mostly rolled over, get that back kick and then push yourself up to that stance.
Okay.
Because that first kick is interrupting the momentum of your roll, and I'd rather you get that roll nice and smooth.
Yes. That's the one I'd rather see. Okay.
There you go. There you go, much better. That was a much better roll. It's like I've seen your rolls. I know they're good. Okay, you guys want to do from the beginning, get there, and then we'll move on?
That's good.
All right, go as slow as you need to. There you go. Yeah, that's right. Nice. Nice. Okay. Before we move on, I forgot we have an application for the kicking part. Because you might be thinking, where is the, where and why would I be on the ground for that long?
Throwing 6 kicks.
Throwing 1,600 kicks and not getting up. So, and let's see, it's from that second kick, right?
Yeah. From the sliding on.
Yeah, hold on. Oh no, we did it backwards. We did it backwards because we did it from this is the first kick and then we did 1, 2. Okay, so
Our
apparently
little secret, we're muted, right?
apparently we reversed it. But here's the idea we had. Let's see. is if I just did this and then I see him coming in, wham, and then if he starts coming in again, wham, here. Oh, I'm sorry, I kicked you too far away this time.
Yeah.
And then the idea here is coming in, collapsing that elbow down, and then coming around, kick.
Okay.
In case you can't see that, let's do it.
How about
Slightly
from this
closer.
side? Because they should see everything.
Okay. So again, coming in, if he's coming in, and then I'm going to kick, and then kick, take down the knee, kick out that arm. So I'm pulling it back as I'm pushing his hand, and then coming around, kick.
Okay.
And then at that point, so we did do it reverse because it should be the right leg doing the kick. But at that same idea is that you could do it with the other legs as well.
Yeah.
It would just, I don't know if that's possible for you guys to try, but if you want to,
Yeah. What was this, the first one? I don't remember. What was the very first one?
so it's going to be that sliding side thrust kick. So again, what you're going to end up doing is opposite of the kata because apparently we were tired that night. It's going to be left side thrust kick into left crescent kick, right crescent kick, and then kind of pulling the arm and then left axe kick.
Okay.
Slide in. And these are the arms. So one into the knee.
And kick the leg. Yeah, go for the knee down there. Yeah, there you go. And then you're going to use that you're going to wrap the right leg by the elbow crease and push the left, pull the elbow crease with the right leg as you're pushing the wrist with your left. And then swing around axe kick.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could even swing around with your left foot if that feels more powerful to you.
Leg. Arms come down. From the knee. Then this hand right here. Break the arm. And then.
So the thing that I would switch your legs back. I mean, you could use it as an arm break if you want. What we were doing is breaking down the elbow so that way it gets him lower so my axe kick can come over.
Yeah. It actually, do you want to be an arm person? Okay. It actually, yeah, I have long legs. So one of the things that is kind of cool for this one. So if I'm hooking here and coming down and through here, it actually, if I want to use this leg for anything, it actually traps that arm in there.
Okay.
Yeah. So that way you can, so that way you can get in a solid kick while they can't really move all that much.
It's an idea for a trap because a lot of
Yeah.
snake is gonna be quick attacks and also trapping.
Yeah.
Break that one to the other way. Yeah. Wait, so this hand, well, this is probably.
So the idea is, I here.
Okay.
Pushing on my elbow or the back foot on the inside. There goes my heel. This over there, but now push.
Yeah.
Okay. Got that. Ooh.
If you wanted to use the left leg, it just gives you an idea that if you bend the arm in that place and you keep that you keep that foot there, you're pinning them on the ground, so you could use the other leg. Or in this case, it's a collapse and then swing that right leg around for the axe kick. But I'm just showing that there's that possibility with the collapse that you wouldn't get with the break, where you can actually pin them to the ground.
So that way you can get that kick, yeah.
Yeah. Alright, cool.
All right, cool. Ready to keep going?
Let's do it.
Here. Now we're going to look over our left shoulder, come to bring our right foot in and then step out facing the opposite direction with our snake stance, lunge stance with our low chop and I guess high temple block. And then we're going to horse kick, plant, and you're gonna do a reverse crescent serpent kick, landing an X stance with the serpent strike that we just did. Yeah, so reverse crescent, serpent, land X stance, and it's gonna be that same thing where you're going to vertical spear hand and bring it back.
And
So,
you're
the next second, oh, you want to do that? I'm sorry, go ahead.
advancing forward to get to the spear hand, snake head, horse kick, reverse crescent, snake.
Serpent kick. Yeah. I'm sorry, I missed the question.
Are you shooting in at the end? So after all the kicks.
Yes.
Sure.
So from this direction, it would look like here, here, kick, kick, kick. And then from that back leg, I shoot myself in. After planning that first kick, kick. Yeah, exactly.
No way I can do that. It's almost for me.
Ideally, after you get that horse kick in, it's gonna drop and it's gonna go 1, 2. Yeah, ideally. If you can't do that, I would rather see 2 good kicks followed by a solid ending than 2 sloppy kicks that are both in there at the same time.
Wait, so you said what you would prefer is to have them both happen in the air before you land, is that what you're saying?
Yes, exactly. That is the ideal kick, but obviously that's not something that everybody can do. And we want a kata to be accessible to most, if not all people in the style.
Okay, got it. It's weird you're launching off with one leg.
So you horse kick with that right leg, plant it, and you've got that left leg all loaded up to do reverse crescent serpent, and then jump back in.
Okay, set it down in the front of the next kick. Then transition your weight 1, 2.
Yeah, so one of the things, Sensei back, that you can see that Sensei Kaylyn is doing that I didn't mention is after you that horse kick, don't set it back down where it was or right behind you. Set it back down slightly ahead of you so you're all coiled up to throw those kicks.
Yes. Okay.
But then you it's hard.
Oh, better, yeah. Did it feel better? Did you feel like you were able, that you had more time?
Yeah, I don't.
Maybe just us with short legs can do that.
To do what?
So like what I'm feeling is not that the reverse crescent is up high, that it's a leg sweep. Like I feel with my body's head coiled up. I'm here going
Yeah.
Like that.
Okay.
But that's it. Me trying to go twist turn.
Yeah.
I'm like shortcutting the first kick and making it look not as great as I'd like it.
Yeah.
But then afterwards.
There you go, yeah. Yeah, practice getting those kicks in, like practice like slow and methodical so you can build up that speed and that, even that jump if you need to. Yep, and it landing in that X stance.
And constantly go forward. I want to go crank and go up high. You want to go monkey, stay low.
Whenever we practice like this specific application, there's like leave the hand in and break it on your heel. Is that right, or is there like multiple things?
I mean, I think the fun thing about kata as an application is that everything can be different. Like some people see this as like an uppercut, but we just gave you an alternative idea for it would be an arm break, or at least an arm hyperextension. So I think like, again, for me, one of the things that I've learned is to be more open to interpretation of what something could be. So if what you see right here, Beck, is breaking an arm, totally cool. I'm good with that. If that helps you visualize what you need to be doing, totally cool.
Okay, yeah, yes. I keep doing that horizontal spear hand.
Yeah, you're rounding these techniques a little bit more. So again, my biggest thing for you is this is a very, like, snakes are very linear. Snakes are going to go in and out. So this is going to be a very quick in and out linear kata. Like even like the space you need is literally just going to be up and down. We go off on a 45 like once, but that's going to be like the only time we do that. So let's keep going. We just did hop, hop, hop here. We're just going to unravel and turn around. And then we're going to do snake hands, 1 or 2, and then you're going to shuffle forward with your left foot and your left hand, and you're going to do, I'm going to do it this way so you guys can see it. So from here, you're going to go 1, 2, 3.
All right.
Yeah. So again, it's just 1, 2, 3, and it's all shuffling forward. Good. Super easy. Those 2 directions, not too bad. Do you guys want to add on the next one and then we can let you practice all of that? Okay. So I like to combine these together because this is so short. I like to go, it's 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to immediately turn around and what you're going to, let me do it this way. 3, you're going to be retreating with this, and it's going to be sweeping block, that snake strike, in kind of like, I don't even know what stance to call this. I guess you're going to be thinking more cat stance, sweeping block, snake strike, again, retreating. And then from here is when you're going to go kind of like a low chopping block and diagonal stance. Bring it up, and you're going to get that serpent kick, vertical spear hand, X stance, double horizontal spear hands, ki. So again, what it'll look like slowed down would be 1, 2, 3, 4.
Wait, could you do the moves leading up to that part one more time for me?
I'm sorry.
Can you do the part leading up to that?
Sure. So we go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It comes up. Step back. I would like an answer.
Yes, okay. So after we do shuffle, shuffle, back. My right leg is going to come up, and then I'm going to push off my left leg back. Still maintaining a left cat-ish stance. The left leg lead in this part.
Okay, yeah, you started to do that. And then, it really is an effort for real. You move the feature off at the front. You go back, but then instead of hitting the stance, bring it. And you're doing the first strike.
I'm sorry? Yeah, so with that turn, you're gonna start that sweeping block, and then as you end with that, kind of back shuffle is when you're gonna get that strike to come across. And you don't want it to, can you get that from her?
She's trying to get the Pringles top.
Okay. You don't want to necessarily come here and then here. What looks prettier is coming here, and then you see how I'm shifting my hips into it, and then coming back here, here, here. So instead of thinking all arm and all upper body, you're coiled, and then use your hips to strike back.
Since I
Head just a little bit. Again, yes, what's up?
So, if I'm trying to make this part like linear and not moving side to side, how should I think about it to like avoid that specifically?
Okay. The best advice I would give you back at this point is to think of somebody in front of you. Think of an application for this as you're doing it, even if it's just, your PVC buddy, right? Can you move a weight right here? Just hold it.
Yeah.
Can you give a second, Larry? Okay, that's fine. So even if you just have your PVC buddy around here, so thinking, you know, crossing the center line, bam. Crossing the center line, bam. Okay, let's do it again. Here, here. So it's still very linear and I'm not pushing it to the side. I'm pushing it off my center line, but not all the way to the side. Does that make sense? If I do it this way maybe, so you can see it better.
I think it helps if I think about my hips and not about my arms, because that helps me.
100%, yes. Think about the hips, not your arms, because the arms tend to want to push where the hips tend to want to guide and set it up. So again, even if you see, you need a visual thing in front of you to think wham, 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 and then reset and go again. Thinking about the hips guiding that, not necessarily, again, not the arms.
Okay. So the move is here, back again, just staying back. Okay.
The other way that I've seen it done is it used to be a high rising block and a sweeping block. We've changed it to that strike, but if it helps you at least get that idea of that linear idea more so than the pushing idea, then you can practice it like that and then turn it into a strike. Okay, so you do that 1, 2, and then diagonal stance, low chopping block, up to temple block, serpent kick, vertical spear hand, load for that double horizontal, X stance, double horizontal strike, spear hand strike, kiai. That is, I think it's the second kiai we've done, yeah.
Yeah.
Second kiai,
That's what you're asking.
yes.
Where is she?
Boom. Step back. Left knee or right knee comes off. Sweep.
Right, yep, then left.
Left foot stays in front during that part, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Bring it up to your ear.
Good.
Let's say, how much lean is there in that move? Is it like back straight or is there any sort of like lean over?
How much lean?
I'm gonna see if you can tell me, you tell me.
Oh, like none.
Minimal.
Yeah, so what kind of gives it that illusion of a lean, I guess, is that like I keep my head kind of ducked to make it look like I keep it, I go low and I keep my head kind of ducked so that way my spear hands look like they're going at my eye level and kind of like I'm creating the face of a snake with this.
Okay.
Like a coiled snake right here. Yeah.
You just get like a deep X.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, same thing, like, obviously, we're not gonna be snakes, we're not gonna be tigers, we're not gonna be monkeys. What do you, okay, you got it. We're still humans who have the essence of those animals. And so it's not gonna be possible for us to, like, in order to keep the prettiness of kata and in order to keep the, what's the word? I kind of want to say like the authenticity of the stance and of the techniques that we're doing and also the effectiveness of it. We can't really sacrifice our stances or our spine. Like in no point will you ever see us like in doing a kata one like this, right? It's always going to be hips over shoulders for the most part. So same principles apply especially in snake.
Yeah.
Okay, do you guys want to get there or move on?
Yeah, I would like to go through it again and get there.
Let's go through. Sure. Oh, I need you for an app. Yeah. Yeah, just like that. There you go. High back stance. Or this, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is the snake stance. So because we're about to do that horse kick. There you go. Turn. Elbow, spear hand, elbow, spear hand, turn, retreat, sweep, strike, retreat, sweep, strike, low chopping block, up to the temple, serpent kick, spear hand, land, double horizontal. There you go. And that's your second ki. Good. You want to do that section a couple more times, or do you want to see an application for it and then, or at least for one of the parts, and then go through that a couple more times? Because that seems to be the sticky point for you guys right now.
Yeah. Some reps, please.
I'm sorry, some reps?
Yes.
Go for it. Go for it. It looks like you guys were good up until the horse kick part.
What happens right after the backward roll into?
Mm-hmm. And then you're gonna swing that right leg around up to the front and back. This is where we're gonna come back here though. Yeah, there you go. And now we're gonna do a horse kick. Boom, boom, land, X stance, yeah. Uncurl, spear hand, elbow, spear hand. Bring that right, yeah, there you go. Then sweeping block, retreat, strike, sweeping block, retreat, strike, boom. Ki, yep.
All right, cool. Thanks for that.
Yeah, there you go, Senseis Kaylyn. We're gonna do double, yeah, there you go. Right there. There you go. Right, yeah, there you go, Senseis Kaylyn. There you go.
Yeah, good.
Boom, boom. Now come forward, yeah. Nice. All right. You guys want to see a quick app?
Sure.
Okay, so it's for, do you want to do it? Okay.
It's your-
So
it's
it's
your-
for
Just come forward with a pull out for me.
1, 2, 3. Let's do it from one of the 6 self-defense that we tend to teach. Double arm grab. Thank you. So that first one is that spear hand forward. So if I start to spear hand forward toward him, his reaction is going to be to resist me. You have to have this first spear hand for the rest of this to work, because the next part is going to be grab, come around like that elbow, and as you're coming around, you're pushing down and then pulling through.
Oh,
Okay.
Do you want to see it nice and close?
Nice and close, yeah. So you got here, here, here. There's an idea of that. And then, the only other thing we were gonna add to that was here, here, here. Because then your next move, right? We just did pop, is going to be around here. Is you can find a way to turn that into a throw. Here, here, here. Some sort of throw.
Yeah.
From there.
And you can, yeah. And when you come around, think of like the elbow escape, where the elbow comes around. So when you're coming through here and you're pressing and she's going up and over, when I'm rotating over, this elbow's coming over, it's essentially trapping her. So she can't really do anything about this anyway. I'm trying to be low so that you guys can see it on the screen. Okay. Yeah, so there's not much she can do about that anyway before you turn into, yeah. So make sure you get the elbow.
Yeah, I think, what is that?
Elbow.
Two green.
Yeah.
Going for green belt, the elbow self-defense. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're good.
Okay.
So you got to start with that. Yeah, and if he starts to resist, that's how you get. And then it's thinking about
Over
that,
top.
Yeah, over top of that, that left or right.
Yeah, there you go.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, it could very well be from there. Bam.
Wrap that up.
Yeah, there you go. Look at that Wing Chun type stick.
Because if I'm going around this, we're going to go under here to here. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Off that face, I've hit like 3.
Yeah.
Let's see it again. That forward.
The other circle. Yeah.
It's really hard to do with those pulls because you're not feeling the person pressing back in when you go for that initial spear hand and then knowing how that arm collapses.
Yeah, I would say the only thing that changes for you is that you're able to maintaining that pressure of pushing against him. So that way I just immediately go in. Kind of like a dog that's pulling against its chain and then you just let go of the chain and it's able to just shoot off. That's kind of what this arm is doing by maintaining pressure, and then he's pulling it against me, and then I'm just taking that away.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so instead of like thinking pull back and strike, for this particular app, you're gonna use that, like you need him pushing against you, so he just kind of like runs into your sword almost.
Sweet.
That's the only difference I would make to, like, because you guys did a really good job with using the poles to replicate those motions. But that would be the one difference I would explain that you would feel when you're able to actually do this with a person.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Oh gosh, where are we? We're here. So now we're at our second set of ground kicks, and it's going to be 6 total ground leg techniques. These first one, you're going to drop this left foot back. So you're here. You're gonna draw the left foot back, shift the hips over, left knee down, and you're gonna do right roundhouse kick, right leg down, turning over, left crescent kick, Then coming up again, right roundhouse kick. I don't know if you guys are gonna do that or if you want me to finish the next three. Let's finish the next three because you're coming down and back. So these next one are gonna be 3 sweeping techniques. So you do roundhouse, crescent, roundhouse, and then you do heel sweep, shift the weight, instep sweep, shift your weight, heel sweep, coming through, shifting your weight to an extended forward stance, double horizontal spear hand ki. So on the ground, roundhouse, crescent, roundhouse, heel, instep, heel, sweeps. Reverse crescent, then roundhouse. And then, yeah, heel, instep sweep, heel sweep. These are all gonna be on the ground. So the whole time, you're not gonna stand up until you get to that forward stance. So it's gonna be here, 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 then you're up. You can't even see me. That was
That's how low she is.
If you need it for your hips and your knees, if you need to practice it, then do exactly what Senseis Kaylyn just did. And you can do, what is it? From here, if you need to practice all of these high, again, I would consider changing the level so you can see a difference. Like I'm gonna do low, middle, high, and then I'm gonna do sweep, 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 there. But if you can do this all on the ground, they all should be on the ground.
So for the first set of 3, you just open up, lay your left knee down, and do dropping kick. Great. Then you basically barrel roll.
Yeah, so the only change I would, yeah, kind of, essentially, yeah. The only change I would make for that is, there are 2 things that you're looking for in this one. I haven't been told which one is more important, so I'm going to suggest doing the one that your body can most handle, distance and height.
Okay.
Because we don't want to just kick at ankle level the whole time. So that first kick, still see me. After, I'm stepping as far back as I can to create that distance.
Okay.
Before I kick there. So from there, here, kick, and yeah, essentially coming here, kick, then trying to come up on me again so I can get that higher kick. So instead of kicking from down here, getting up, using that momentum to come up and get that last kick, and yeah, bracing with your arms. And the things that's gonna help. Oh no, it can't be.
Please sign in with your pen. What are you talking about?
Well, we're
We can-
still there.
Yeah. Okay,
Cool,
all
we're
right,
back.
we're back.
All right.
I'm gonna angle this slightly, not so
That's okay.
precariously.
Yeah, there you go. And then yeah. The thing that's gonna help with those sweeps is shifting your weight before you try to sweep. Because the most common mistake that I'll see is that people will sweep to the side, but by the time their momentum and their energy gets to the front, the sweep's dead. So you want to make sure you're shifting your weight before you start that sweep. So from here, kick, and then I'm going to shift my weight, turn my hips, and then get that sweep in so we can cross the center line. Shift my weight, turn my hips, shift my weight, turn my hips so they're facing the front, and then get that sweep in. But does that make sense? Because the hips are gonna lead that. So you wanna make sure your hips are oriented toward the direction you want your sweep to have the most power and the most effect.
Right, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
She doesn't.
Not yet.
Here.
Shift your weight, turn your hips. Very good, Beck. Those look much better.
So,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
so right here, I'm feeling the issue of whenever I'm on a turn, this knee is on the ground. And so I have to like, I'm gonna do the sweep, I wanna be here, the sweep.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
I'm doing, yeah, sure, my knee is down. So what I'm doing is I'm lifting it up as I'm shifting back to be more on my foot, but my leg is still low. So I'm turning my hips, and then I'm getting that sweep around. And then I'm doing shifting again, so my legs are still low. My hips are oriented, sweep, shift. Hips are facing the back or the front, sweep. So from that first one, you don't necessarily have to be standing. You just have to shift your weight back onto that leg, so your knee, onto that foot, so your knee can come up and support the rest of that sweep.
Okay. Yeah.
This will blow up your knees.
Oh,
go ahead.
I don't remember.
Good job. You did good job.
I've heard this and take it.
And using your hands to help with that shift is totally fine. Like, yeah. Like you don't have to have your hands in the air or anything. Go ahead. You remember.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, so earlier when she was saying, hey, keep your heel down, that doesn't apply here where you're shifting and doing all
Right.
these sweeps. So you don't have to worry about that for this.
About having a completely planted foot, yeah.
Because you need to be super mobile and able to rotate. So as you're shifting from one to the other, right? If I want to do that, then I want to make sure that I can pivot over here so that my next sweep can come through.
And the other thing, like using your hand, like when you get lower, I have no problem with using your hands as stability.
Okay.
Again, the main focus is on the hips getting turned, weight transferred, hips oriented, then sweep.
Right. Yes.
No, I'm keeping track of time. Yeah.
So I think one thing you have to do is you're twisting on the ball of your foot.
Yeah.
Like in between the transition, instead of going one and letting it just down. So the revolution on your heel or ball, whichever one you're doing, is as the kick is happening.
Okay.
So it'd be the difference between like I'm doing my roundhouse if I want to move it and it happens.
Okay.
When you're here.
Well, so like that, I'm wanting to move on the heel.
When I tried to make it like flippy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
Well, so that you just did with one knee down, heel up, blocks you down. It's great for twisting, not for revolving on like the zero axis. It's like making you go like down. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not as low, yes. Back.
Okay. I just need to toughen up the blocks.
All right, feel good about the kicks? We're almost done. We can just power through the rest of it and then just rep it out if you guys are good with that.
Yeah, it's great.
Cool. Okay, so we just did our 3 sweeps. We ended forward stance, double horizontal spear hand. This is our time to relax. So this is really extended. We are going to come up just a little bit, and then we're going to do almost, it used to be a Chinese circular chop block, but now they want your arms more like vertical, 90-degree-ish. So you're gonna come up to the right, then to the left, and then both sides. And then you're just gonna return behind. You're gonna do snake hands. And then we're gonna do a move we've already done before. We're gonna do that diagonal stance, low chop block up to the temple with our vertical spear hand serpent kick. And then from there, you're immediately going to land, turn. The block formerly known as joint hands block. So you're gonna left cat stance and you're retreating at this point. Joint hands block, and at this point, you're gonna go down to like a back drop. I step my left leg back and go down and do a behind the back, like behind you serpent kick with the right leg. Coming up, left knee down, you're going to do, it's just like a high temple block, vertical spear hand. And now you're gonna do 3 things at once. You're gonna do a low sweep to your, heel sweep to your right, a sweeping block with the left hand, and that snake strike with the right hand, and you're gonna ki. Yeah, so you're gonna from here. It's not a huge sweep. I would say from that 90-degree, you probably end at like a 35-degree-ish.
Yeah.
And ki from there, boom, boom, ki. Coming back up, snake hands, check your surroundings. You're back to being human. That's the end of the kata.
Is that notice?
I don't know. I'm gonna get rid of it.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. Then turn behind you.
Then you're, no, hold on, go back. 1, 2, 3.
Right hand.
Right, left, double. Return behind. Snake hands. Low chopping block diagonal stance. Yep.
Fall right into.
And then, yeah, from there, after you do that, you do bam, back to kicking stance, another return behind. So you're in a left cat stance. Joint hand block, retreat, joint hand block. Backward hat, like back, like you're gonna roll backwards to get that serpent kick behind you. Come up, strike, sweep, strike, sweep. And again, that is a ki. And then you just from there, retreat back up, going back to how we started, check your surroundings, go back to natural stance, bow out.
Here. And then right hand, left hand, above, then we're in. Chop. Here, drop right into one hand.
Boom, perfect, beautiful.
Sensei, from here, do I bring my right foot back to here or do I step up into that other stance?
What feels natural for you? Because you're also gonna be retreating back into that cat stance, or yeah, cat stance, snake hands.
Is it a right or a left cat stance, the last one?
Right.
Okay, yeah, then I'll step back.
Yeah, whatever feels natural for you. I don't think there's any standard. The standard is me. Okay. Any other, there's one other application we have, and then we can just run through it as many times as we have time for. And it's real simple. After you do, we just did bam, and now we're gonna come here, here. So,
And then the roll.
yeah. And then, yeah, so we're gonna come here, here, roll, kick. Just from that one? Okay. So apparently we're just gonna skip that part. So the only thing, well, no, hold on. It's really simple. It's just gonna be if he punches here, grabbing a hold of him, and then from here, I'm not gonna do that again.
Is that a knee?
Yeah.
Jeez.
No, hold your arms in.
Okay.
Stepping back, and then tomonage.
Now,
Kaylyn just threw the things down. So again, the idea behind it is going to be that if they attack, you get in, pop, grab that connection to them, take that step back, bring them down, kick, throw. And that's where you're back. And honestly, you rolling back to guide them over is going to be the safest thing for them. If you've never done this throw before, don't do it right now. That's just one interpretation of what you're looking at.
well, we noticed you held on to the outside of his arm.
Yeah.
Which,
Normally what I would do is if he had his gi on,
Vote me.
I've done this throw since my black belt demo actually, so I've found different ways to play with it. But whenever you're doing it for the first time, in fact, I think when I did it, wrap around here, when I did it for the first time, like you're coming for a tackle, I did it like this. But what I would recommend is doing it from our normal sit up here and then coming back here through. So if you're gonna practice it, I would practice holding it in our normal, like the lapel shoulder. And then once you get more comfortable with it, and what you ideally want to do, no, it's okay. I'm not actually gonna put this in.
Okay.
Is, actually I might have to have that off
Okay.
so they can see. You want to get, I'm gonna do it from down here actually.
Okay.
You want to get your foot into that hip crease
okay.
and lift them and point them
Yeah.
back from there.
She can support quite a bit of weight here, where even if I'm leaning forward, she can basically keep me up. So if I give her, if she pulls me and goes into that position, I'm basically like floating over her, and she makes sure that she doesn't get crushed by my weight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whenever I was practicing it, I had a slightly shorter person who's probably about as tall as your shoulder.
Yeah.
And just practicing it, because it made me so nervous, I ended up launching him back there because I was kicking back so hard that he was literally flying backwards so far. Like this is not, I mean, it's very like soft style, so there's not a lot of like power that needs it to make that person miss your body.
Right.
So once you guys are at a place where you're vaccinated and you're feeling good and you can practice that, like I guarantee that Senseis Ming and Chris and Sensei Tanner have all done this before.
There's also a really mean one that you can do where if they aren't giving you a lot of momentum, where literally you have them grabbed and you literally jump and you hook, and as you fall, they launch back.
Yeah. Very fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was again just another application that we saw whenever going through this kata, that you can see you're doing, because like what's the point of like rolling back and kicking one guy backwards and then doing nothing? Like, well, think of it as a throw, not necessarily a kick.
And if you want a double kick, then you throw them and then kick them while they're still down. Especially if you're rolling over, right?
Right, because that's another area is right here, right? Because we're coming back here and we're doing here, so that could be another like person coming down and then you're rolling them back for that backwards roll part.
Yeah, or imagine, so if you do tomonage, you just keep rolling to roll over me.
In fact, that's what I did.
Yeah, that's what you do with the lever, exactly. So she's here, she goes down, bam, I go over here, wham, and now she's got me, I'm screwed at this point because she has top mount and I can shrimp.
Nice. Yeah, my experiment after that was valley jump. Because you're going left foot back to right, right kick up.
Mhm.
Very much like just the quick drop.
Oh yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the way that I do it. You can do it back. Like there's some people, I just take that step back. It makes sense to me because you're doing a right kick back.
Right.
But
no, I like that drawing in.
yeah, exactly. And that's what I think of too, because snakes aren't always the biggest in the fight. So they have to use that.
I'm still.
They have to use that, like some of their other strengths to their advantage, and some of like the quick strikes, the in and out, the trapping, the wrapping, and then for our snake-like purposes, turning those into throws, and
Right.
use height difference too. That's what I like about this kata too, is that, I mean, I don't know if you remember Beck, but whenever we were doing my applications, the first thing I did for the snake one was go low.
Yeah.
So I like to make use of like going low and then high, and then I think I even climbed up you at one point.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, so making use of the height and the wrapping and everything to make it a little bit more dynamic and a little bit more fun.
Sure.
Yeah, but if you guys want to, we have a couple more minutes if you want to just run through start to end, or if you guys got to go, whatever you want to do.
I'm gonna go through it a couple of times anyway.
Sure. Sure thing. Elbow down, Senseis Kaylyn. For that first one, think crane block, not rising block. Yeah. There you go.
Too.
Yeah.
Because literally, I'm trying to read me too where you're going.
I do believe you did a crane form
It is.
thing. Like,
Trying to turn my video soon.
Circular with that.
It reminds you of new 2.
Yeah.
Here.
We're gonna do one, yeah.
here. Or yeah, sorry, new 1, yeah.
Yeah, it's it all feels whatever you're time.
oh, that's right.
Yep, there you go. After you do pop, X dance, Senseis Kaylyn. So, bam, wham, wham, wham.
Right after this. Up here.
Mm-hmm. Those are the kicks. You're gonna go down for the kicks, Senseis Kaylyn, yeah.
What's right after this?
One, right, left, double. 1, 2, 3, yep. Think of this as your time to just like take a breath. You can do this part super slow. Just like, okay, so time to take a breath after we did here, like 1, go nice and slow, catch your breath. 2, again, catch your breath and so you can finish strong, because those ground kicks can wear you out.
And reverse turn, slow chop, taking stab, fall right into your hands.
Nice. Well done.
And I think, there's something before that?
No.
Because we ended that there.
Right.
It's, I know we turn around and it's here.
Oh,
That's right.
now.
Here. Here. Oh, yeah. Then we've got this. I know, I forget too.
Don't skip the snake hands after you turn. You went right into that low chop block. So after you do 1, 2, 3, turn snake hands, then low chop block.
Here.
You drop right into joint hands. Up. One more time.
One more.
Okay, couple comments before, so as you guys can think about as you're doing it this last time. Since Alec, you said you had something.
Yeah. So one thing that I was going to mention is that X stances are close stances, cat stances are close stances, and forward stances are really long stances. And so if you think of them as such and you allow your head to follow what each of these stances does, then your snake is going to look very inefficient, right? Because like I'm just thinking most specifically, I guess, from this part here. What's the
Go to the turtle stance. Because you're thinking this.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, from here.
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to do it?
From here, yeah. Why don't you do it? I'm trying to remember. Oh, it's the 2 fingers for here. Bam. So when she does in this example, when she's going from X stance into forward stance, she's keeping the same level of her head as she does that. Like how a snake, if you watch a snake travel, right, and it's slithering, one that keeps its head up, the head stays the same as it continues to like go after something.
Yeah, so the drop, like we talked about going, like snakes are gonna go low and they're gonna come up too as well, and especially when they're coiling up and coming back. But those drops, we don't have to create them. They're already in the kata. When we drop down to that turtle stance, when we go down and we do ground kicks, and when we backward roll and everything like that. So that same principle we have in our Q rank of whenever you're moving along a line, head stays the same length or height.
What I was seeing a little bit of, just for example, from here, right? Here I am in my X stance, and then rather than shifting around and keeping that same level, so going bam, bam, and keeping everything nice and like I'm tracking it, I'm keeping low. What I was seeing was here, and then it was dropping because that forward stance got so much wider and emphasized that it went from, oh, I'm here, now I'm here, but it looks less efficient rather than keeping it all in the same level.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, and speaking of efficiency, the only other comment that would piggyback off that is try to keep your arms, I think like, I know you guys did crane a couple of weeks ago. The biggest difference I would say between crane and snake is snakes, I'm not gonna say cranes aren't efficient because I don't know crane kata, but I will say that snakes are going to be very linear, very tight, very quick. It's very Wing Chun the more that I do this, even though it's from Bobina. But it's going to be like a lot of it, even our stuff that's going like, sweeping block, it's still coming right in front of me and everything's happening along this general, power triangle. So think linear, even the ones that are coming here, they're not going to be coming here. Right, so like letting the hips kind of direct that, and then engaging the core and realizing that everything's gonna be right in front of me. Like the quickest motion to get from here out to here is not going to be with my elbows out, right? So like linearly, I'm gonna come straight through, and I'm gonna treat it like a punch, because my elbows aren't gonna come out like a punch. I'm sorry, with a punch. With a punch, we're gonna go straight through. Same thing. I'm thinking nice, solid, linear strikes. to get like the most efficient movement, because 9 times out of 10, my opponent is going to be much larger than me as a snake and
Yeah.
a tiny female.
Makes sense.
Cool.
Stay low.
But I mean, in this case, it's
Horse bird. Yep. Turn around, sweep, strike, retreat, retreat. Yeah, there you go. And now come forward with that chopping block. There you go. Double, yeah. And now we're gonna do roundhouse on the ground.
roundhouse.
Roundhouse. Now sweeps. Boom. Ki.
Hey.
Chopping block. There you go. Good. Nice. Nice. Big pictures there. I know what kata you're doing. Awesome. Well, we are now past our time. Any questions, any thoughts? You guys both know who I am, so you know how to contact me.
Thank you so much, Sensei.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for inviting us to do this. It's fun.
I like the applications. They were like, it's different than the Sensei Gordon's, who was just thinking about kata concepts and
Right.
Mm.
awesome for that one, which is very new. None of us know.
Yeah.
But then being familiar with this is fast.
Awesome. Well, we can
Gordon did kata concepts, and now I'm doing tiger. What does that mean?
oh no, he did crane.
Oh, he did crane. Okay.
Yeah. We can take a video of it in class tomorrow and just like text it to you guys.
Oh, yeah, that'd be awesome. Because I know,
Yeah.
you know what Sensei Tanner's doing is he's been putting these seminars on our archive website.
Okay.
He's been cataloging it. And so we'll start, like I'm recording it now. We'll put
You know-
that, if you want to add any more, I don't think that would be a problem.
Okay, cool. Yeah, just so that we, I mean, it's already embedded in this video, but if people just wanted like, oh, I just want to see the application, like just get an application idea,
Yeah.
so that way it's, instead of having to watch like an hour and a half or hour and 15 minutes of
Right.
me stumbling through this kata with you guys, just have the applications right there.
No, that sounds great. Sure.
Awesome. Cool. Well, like I said, you guys have big picture. If this is a kata that you like, that you want to keep working on for, you know, Nidon or for Beck, and then, oh gosh, not Sandan, but Yondan, I think would be the next animal kata we have. If this is what you're thinking, I would be more than happy to get you ready for that and help you with that.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I haven't
Yeah,
checked.
like, you know how to contact me. You have my number. I think you have my email address. If not, it's on the listserv with Unity. So, or at least one of the emails. So,
Or
Start-
Kungnu.com in the register.
oh yeah, it's in the Kungnu.com.
There's
Yeah.
so many ways.
There's so many ways for you guys to contact us, and then just send me videos. I will give you specific comments and whatever it is that you're looking to do.
I'll do.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you guys. Looking forward to seeing you in 2 weeks for Tiger, because I'll be helping him. All right. You guys have a great day. Oh, I don't know. All right. Bye.
Good job.